Follow the sound to its source.
Hey, Composing Gloves here, and today I'm going to show you a free chorus plugin called Azurite. Here's the dry signal. So that's no Azurite, and now we will add Azurite, and it's pretty cool. So I'm a big fan of this. There is a rather large volume increase because I have a large dB increase right there, but just the way it does things, because it can function as a flanger in a chorus. So as a separate plugin, this would be very creatively useful to me to have. And I like the controls they've given us. So let's go ahead and just look at those. So we have voices. So this voice, what it does is it will clone. So the way a chorus or a flanger works is it will clone, and then a flanger will do a time delay to your signal versus a chorus will do a pitch shift and then add it back to your original signal. And then it will introduce this according to the shape and speed at which you set and the depth. So these three control the introduction of the signal. And so this is 100% processed right now. But what's cool is on this one, you can choose a number of voices. So not all chorus or, in this case, flanger plugins as well, because we're able to do a separation and a spread. So we can do cool Haas effect delays as well as more flangery effects. And so it will actually clone like 4 separate voices and give them all separate controls, adding to the lushness of the sound. So if we were to do like a very high setting, you see versus like 2, which is a little more sharp and defined. So we have our wet, we have wet dry, and right now it's, as you can see, it's not very high, but if I were to turn this up to like 100, that is completely processed. There's no dry whatsoever. If we do 8, you can hear the difference more clearly versus like 1. So this is something you probably want to mix in. We have and my depth is all the way up too. If I brought my depth way down, you can hear the phasing taking place on a much smaller level. In this case, basically no level. And then we have our speed, which is the oscillation, which is controlled by the shape. And so we could choose different shapes here. Or pretty cool. Mess with it. You'll get a feel for it pretty quick. We have our delay, so we're able to delay things. So delay the signal that's being cloned back into the original. And this can be used for very, very short delays. We can create more flangery effects. That's really flanger territory. And the shape will also influence this as well. So pretty cool stuff. We have our output, and then over here we have the ability to sync it up. So if this speed knob isn't doing it for you, you can turn on the sync and you can set, I believe this one's bars. Yeah. Oh, beat length. And then you have, what do you call it? These are the beats themselves. So just mess with it. Honestly, I usually go with the speed here, but if you're doing something tempo synced and you notice something you really like about it, this could be the thing for you. You can change the feedback to be negative or positive, and you can affect your stereo separation. So here you have another delay knob, except for this time the separation is delayed between the left and the right speaker. So it will create a stereo image, and this is covered in the Haas Effect Critical Listening series Haas Effect video. So go check that out if you want to know more. But you could set the amount of spread that goes on. We could make the delay between them smaller or very large, and you see there's like way off over there. And you clearly hear it goes boom, boom, like to one side or the other. So that's what's going on there on our spread. And we also have a dry delay time. We have color. And this is basically just an EQ. So you have the bass, you have the treble, and then you've also got a color knob to go from analog to digital. Analog's typically associated with being more random than digital. I don't know officially what this knob does, but usually when people write that, that's usually what it means. Another cool thing is they have this randomized button up top. And you also can switch between stereo and mono, which will turn on and off your spread knob. And you have a visual of your LFO. But this random knob will just randomly select settings. And what's really cool about this particular plug is you can pretty much turn any of these knobs, and very rarely are you going to get something that's like horrible. You might want to watch your delays. If those get large, you might have to reel those in a bit. And you might need to take down your depth occasionally. But other than that, most of it will probably sound pretty musical, very creatively inspiring. So you see, that's like a huge number of sounds like out of one chorus. So I just really like this thing. I think it's great and dandy. If you have any questions about this, let me know. I'm not sure if I showed you this, but here's the website. And you can get it here. I'll put a link in the description, and you can see you can download it. And it's like, oh, C++ and all that jazz. So, yes, if you have any questions, let me know. Subscribe and have a blessed day.